All right, Nick, let's talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes with the departure of Kyle McCord, or more like mutual separation from Kyle McCord. The Buckeyes were on to their next solution at the quarterback position, excuse me. And I think they've been biding their time, trying to find the perfect fit. And the news that we have gotten today, I think, shows the Buckeyes absolutely knocked this one out of the park. They got absolutely phenomenal quarterback fit for their team. Let's get into the article and we can talk about it on the other side. This is over from ESPN. It says former Kansas State quarterback Will Howard told ESPN he is verbally committed to transfer to Ohio State, linking one of the top portal quarterbacks with a high wattage destination. Howard led Kansas State to the Big 12 title in 2022 and gives the Buckeyes one of the most talented and experienced signal callers available on the transfer market. Howard went 12-5 at Kansas State as Kansas State starter in 2022 and 2023. He led the Wildcats to a Big 12 title game over TCU. The Ohio State staff has evaluated all the top portal quarterbacks and concluded with conviction that Howard was the best among them, as the staffers valued his arm strength, experience, and dual threat ability. Nick, this guy is the total package. He has it all. He is smart, he has experience, he has a great arm, a strong arm, and he can use his legs to make plays. Everything that I think we were talking about. Well, last year, Kyle McCord had this, or Brown had this. Brown had the legs, McCord had the arm. Now, this is a guy that has both things. This could be exactly what Ohio State has needed, Nick. But I think this is going to be a big-time pickup for them. I want to know what your thoughts are on all of this, Nick. But Ohio State fans, let us know in the comment section below. Do you think this is a quarterback that can lead you to the college football playoff? Are you happy with this selection of Kansas State's Will Howard? Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what are your thoughts on this quarterback pickup for the Ohio State University?
So I think it comes down to one word jumps out at me when I hear about this, to be totally frank, and that's insurance, right? That's insurance if Aaron Noland, for some weird reason, doesn't end up playing for Ohio State this coming fall, and they aren't able to replace him with another elite level quarterback prospect. It's insurance if Aaron Noland comes to Ohio State and he's not ready to be a contributor day one. Because we saw against Missouri, the Ohio State quarterbacking group, as it currently sits, is not ready for prime time. Look, I know Missouri, great story, SEC football, I get it, but what we saw from Ohio State offensively was an absolute travesty. It looked like Iowa, right? Let's be totally honest, Ohio State fans, I know you guys feel the same way. That was terrible offensive football, and a lot of it in Ryan Day's offense, and frankly, the overwhelming majority of it is the quarterback position, right? Obviously, they had a lot of guys not playing, a lot of guys opting out. That's the way it is at these bowl games. But you still can't put up that performance that they did against Missouri. To me, that's on the quarterback. And with McCord already leaving, it opens up a real serious problem for Ohio State, and credit them for going out and getting a guy in Howard who is the perfect insurance policy. He's experienced. He's a grown-up, right? We talk about these young college kids. This guy has played 4 years of college football so far. So this is not a guy. This isn't a redshirt freshman that you're bringing into the fold. Hey, can you handle the bright lights? This is a guy that's played in conference title games, right? This is a guy who's played in big moments. This past year against Texas, he took Texas to the absolute wire. They lost 30-33 in overtime, but Kansas State really did well, and Howard had a great game, 26 of 41, 327, and 4 scores through the air. So this is a guy who, against top competition, can perform at a high level. That's clearly what Ohio State is missing. Because look, let's be honest here. With the talent that Ohio State has, 9, maybe 10 of their 12 games, they can just roll out the footballs, and their defense and offensive playmakers can find a way to win. But that's not why we're at Ohio State, right? That's not why we talk about the Buckeyes. We talk about, hey, can you beat Michigan? Can you make sure you don't lose to Penn State? Can you win other tough games like that? Can you find yourself back in the college football playoff? And can you find yourself back, honestly, winning Big Ten championships and winning national championships? And you need quality, elite-level quarterback play to accelerate and support your elite-level talent around the quarterback. It was obvious they were missing it this past season. I think McCord, he was a good game manager. He was very good at what he was. He wasn't exactly what Ohio State needs. They need, to be totally honest, they need a CJ Stroud, right? A guy who has the tools, who has the athletic ability, also the quarterbacking talent to accelerate this team to the next level. They needed Justin Fields, right? That's who they need. And I don't know if Will Howard is that guy, but he's a whole lot closer than anybody else on that roster. And it gives him insurance if it turns out Aaron Nolan doesn't come to Ohio State or if he's not ready to start right away.
Yeah, Nick, and you look at Howard's stats, he brings a lot to the table, whether we say backup, whether he's a starter. You look at him, you feel great if he's your backup, but I think you can feel confident if he's your starter as well. His stats through 27 games at Kansas State, 48 touchdowns through the air, 5,700, almost 5,800 passing yards. And that dual threat element, he has 921 career rushing yards and 19 touchdowns on the ground as well. Even if he doesn't get full-time starting experience at Ohio State, if Aaron Nolan comes in 100% ready, he's the guy. We get him out on the field. This is a guy that brings a valuable asset as well. Maybe using a little Wildcat package. I think there's things that you can do with a guy like Howard just to have him on the field. I think he's a great athlete and he can bring an extra dimension to this football team as well. But I think even if he doesn't get those first team starting reps, I think he could be a valuable asset. So I think this is a great pickup for Ohio State, potentially in more ways than one.
And I think we talk about one of those more ways it's a great pickup, and I've got one to end on for you right here. Talk about being a grown-up, a guy who's been a leader, a guy who's taken his team to big environments. You talk about, if nothing else, he is the perfect mentor for what's going to be a very young and inexperienced quarterback room. Because right now, Ohio State, all these young guys coming in, again, I'm going to focus on Aaron Nolan because he's the most prominent. Who is their leader? Who are they looking up to? In the past, they've gone from great quarterback to great quarterback to great quarterback, and obviously the next quarterback could just remember, okay, I can remember Fields or Barrett or whoever going back far enough, or I can remember C.J. Stroud maybe last year. They don't have that right now, so they need to bring in a veteran guy, if for nothing else, to be the mentor, to be the grown-up, to be the leader of the quarterback room from a player perspective, to, again, at the very least, be a great mentor for Aaron Nolan. So like you said, Mize, no matter how you look at it, this is a smart move and a great move by the Ohio State Buckeyes.